And I'm done. Aravaipa Strong, day 10, last day of the races, and I have made my personal goal. My personal goal was to do 250 miles over the course of the 10 days, and I did a little bit more than that. I probably have about 254 or 255, and the goal of doing 13,500 feet of ascent during that time. And the reason for those goals is that I have been training for Cocodona 250. Amusingly, I don't know if I'll ever do Cocodona 250 because the trails are pretty technical, or at least some of them are from what I've seen so far. But I think it's a great training goal. I'm still interested in Tahoe 200 as well. So, and I think Cocodona 250 would be so much fun because it winds through the heart of Arizona. It's basically the areas all around where I live, and I think it'd be really neat to do. When I set this goal at the beginning, I didn't really know if I could do that because that meant I had to average 25 miles a day, and I have never done more than 3 days worth of back-to-back long runs, runs of over 20 miles. So I have done 3 days before. In fact, I've done 100 miles in 3 days a couple of times in training. And of course, I've done a couple of 100-milers as well, so that in 2 days. But it's different when you're just putting yourself to go out there during training, and I don't think it's as easy as when you're out there in a race with a lot of other people. So this Aravaipa Strong Virtual Race Series was a fun incentive for me to set some really, really difficult goals for myself. And somewhere, so I did the 50-miler on the first day, all in one run. And then over the next 4 days, I did the 100-mile distance because they let you do that. And it occurred to me that I was going to end up doing more miles than needed if I wanted to do every single one of their races. So I thought, well, that would be a fun thing to do. I'll do all of the races in the process of doing my main goal. Amusingly, after I had thought of this, and I thought it was a really unique idea, I found out that a friend of mine was already doing the same thing. So that was kind of fun. I actually completed that 2 days ago and marked it as hashtag Aravaipa Strong 230. My friend was calling it Corona 230. And that was another fun goal. I think one of the things that goal did for me was it made me get out and do another plus 30-mile run. So just to get the distance after having done the 50-miler, I would not have had to have done another run that was over 30 miles. I could have split it up more evenly. But I think it was good for me to get out, and I did that one. So I did, day 1 was the 50-miler. Days 2, 3, 4, and 5 were the 100-miler. Day 6, I actually had an afternoon commitment, and so I ended up taking 3 of the short races and doing all 3 of those on the same day. I did the half marathon, the 10K, and the 5-day as separate runs, but those runs were basically all back-to-back, just a minute or two in between for me to take care of some things like Kiri, my border collie. She did the half marathon with me, and she's getting a little older now. She's 11, and I didn't want her going out for 2 more in the heat. So I put her away and gave her some water before heading out for the 10K and the 5K. Then on day 7, that's when I went out and did the 50K. And, that was hard to get out and do another significantly longer run, but I did it. And then I did the marathon the next day, and I was done with all of the race distances that they had offered. My takeaways from this are I can actually do a lot more mileage than I thought I could. And while some of the miles were very slow, in fact, I used a couple of the days to explore areas I've never seen before. And so some of my average paces on those were quite slow, but they also had quite a bit of ascent. I actually started to feel progressively better after I recovered from the 50-mile run. My Achilles had been very sore. They started to get better. My ability to run right from the beginning in the morning got better. And then the thing that I am most proud of over the last couple of days, yesterday I split my run into 2 runs back to back. The first one was by myself, and it was an ascent up to Spruce Mountain and down that was about 7 miles round trip. And I did my second fastest round trip ascent on that day. And I'm thinking, wow, I've just done 230 miles the X many days before that. And I did my second fastest thing. Well, today I came out here with the GoPro intending to do maybe a wrap up on top of Spruce Mountain, because today I was coming up to Spruce Mountain from the opposite side. I went up one of the steeper trails I know, because I needed another 1,900 feet of ascent today. And this gets me about 2,000 to the peak and back. So I decided to go up Smith Ravine Trail to Spruce Mountain. And I thought, well, I'll do a wrap up on top of the mountain. That'll be really pretty, and I'll have most of the ascent by then. I think I would have been about 200 feet short, but you get it on the way back down because you roll up and down a few times. But as I was climbing, I set out at a fairly leisurely pace, and then was gradually picking up. I realized I was climbing pretty well, and I started thinking, I wonder how well I'm climbing. And I did not remember what my PR for this route was. Well, long story short, I decided I would not take any video, and instead I would try to put in a quality training one on day 10 of a huge mileage block that I was going to try and put in a fast pace outing with ascent. And I did. I PR'd this route only by about a minute. But the fact that I could set a new PR for myself with this much mileage on my legs, and I didn't come here expecting to do that. I came here expecting to take it easy on the last day and kind of enjoy the thing. Well, I did enjoy it. I had a lot of fun. But it's really satisfying to realize not only can I put in a lot of mileage, but I can put in a lot of mileage and still be posting times for some of the runs, for some of the shorter ones. Today was, only like 8.5 miles or so. I can post in times that are comparable with my best times. So very happy with that. I'm really thankful to Aravaipa for having this virtual race and having such a big block of time that let me challenge myself to do something really interesting. Again, this wasn't a category that they were doing anything with. I had just decided I wanted to do something really special, and they had suggested in their original race materials that people could see this as an opportunity to do something new. So the other accomplishments I have is the first 7 days of the 10-day block. I managed to have over 200 miles. I have never done a 7-day block that was over 200 miles. In fact, I think prior to this ramp up, the most I've done is 150 in 7 days. And it had quite a bit of ascent. I don't remember how much now, but I want to say, 2,800 feet of ascent. And then the other thing is I have enough mileage right now that if I just even do fairly middle length runs for the rest of the month, I am going to end up with a 500 mile month, which is also something I have never done and never come close to. So feeling really good about this. We've had great weather. I hope that you enjoy watching this wrap up, even though it's parking lot at a trailhead. It's not the best scenery, but I'm very excited, and I'm excited to see where I can launch my running and my training and my trail exploration from here. I think I've got a really good start as we go into summer for doing some epic adventures. I hope you have a great summer as well. And for those of you that participated in the Aravaipa Strong Races, congratulations. And I hope you had a chance to test your limits. Have a great day.